a Monday night. It's our golden episode right here on the bench. Let's go, baby. Hello, Filipinas! This is the bench, and welcome to our huddle. Who got next? Where we offer a layman's view on anything and everything basketball from a bunch of regular dudes who eat, sleep, and breathe hoops. I didn't have my notes for that. It's our 50th episode. I'm Julia Dubs Diehard.
5-0!
5-0, golden.
5-0.
Julio Dubs Diehard right here, and we have Mike back.
What's up? What's up?
And our favorite homie is good on IG.
Cheers
Jay.
from the boonies! Cheers from the boonies!
From the
Cheers.
Boonies.
Cheers.
Was the boonies always meant to be in Australia, Jay? Is that I was just I always meant to ask you that is the boonies. I mean, in your it equates to Australia, right? I guess.
With the accent.
Diba? I always thought the boonies could be like the boonies.
Wow! Called out on the 50th! Bam!
No, anyway.
Bam! Walk out
Before
the
we-
what?
Don't walk out, dude. If it's anything, you have an impeccable accent. I'll tell you that right now. Anything better
Crikey.
than what I can do? Yeah, crikey. Anyway, before we're gonna have a really good discussion tonight on the huddle. We won't be talking about the standings today, but before we continue, please do like and follow us on our Facebook page, The Bench Live, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Bench. And
Oy, please naman, please.
it's that's our running conversation already. Every single episode. Okay, our topic for tonight. We're gonna be talking about what's our title? Who got next?
Who got next?
Explain to me, Mike White's Who Got Next again?
I don't know, dude. I just copied it from.
Sabi yan, next. Who got
No,
next?
Yeah,
No,
who got next? Anyway, yeah. So we're talking about the next in line stars,
Yeah.
dude. The up and comers. And we kind of cut it off in the draft class of 2017 kasi para hindi humaba yung situation, 'di ba? Kasi pag sinama mo pa sila, the tweeners were Giannis and Embiid, medyo hahaba na yung usapan.
Oh,
Eh.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Too long.
I meant the actual title. Who got next? What's that?
No. Yeah, I can't explain it. That's why I explained something else. And you had to call it out. Halata tuloy. Diba? You have
Second
to-
call out na ni Julio yan.
Oh, sumegway na nga ako sa ibang usapan. Binalik pa eh.
Oh, because I
Diba?
was like, who got? No, I was trying to analyze the title. Who got next? Because you told me. I mean, let's.
Yeah. It's
our 50th, right? Let's bring everything out in the 50th, man. We've been
Okay.
lying to ourselves for 50 episodes.
It's gangsta speak for gangsta speak for who's the next
Who you got
star
next?
or who
Yeah.
Tama ba yung tapwe? Tapwe?
What's the point?
Ha?
Okay, ibang gangsta speak naman yan. That's
Tapwe,
local.
50. Yeah,
Tapwe.
that's local,
Tapwe.
Diba? Tama,
Yeah.
no? Tapwe.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like what Mike said. So this came from NBA 2K, nga, no? Okay, but like what Mike said, we're gonna be giving our takes on the 10 next superstars of the NBA.
Yeah.
Ganun ba yun?
The ones
Julio,
who
di ba?
might make the next level. Yeah.
Yeah, who might make
Next
the
level or the next phase. I mean the next
next-
the next faces of the NBA,
the
diba?
next phases of the
Right,
NBA.
right.
And our cutoff is 2017.
17. Yes.
Diba? 17 ba yun?
17, yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't go like Embiid's
So these
like,
are 2013 or older.
so we don't count like Giannis or Embiid or
Yep.
But technically this
So it's
starts from the
Tatum. Starts
Yeah.
with Tatum's class basically.
Yeah, the Lonzo and Markel Fultz draft class. lumalabas.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
It was Fultz, Lonzo, Tatum, the heist of that year. Do you remember who number 4 was? Trip lang before we start.
Of that
Was it
same batch.
was it Aiton? No, no, no. Aiton was first pick. No. Who was fourth? Okay.
Um, we kind of circled a bit, but anyway, who was? Do you remember
Super. I
at
was
all?
just gonna say, man.
Josh
Go ahead, go ahead.
Jackson.
All
Oh,
right.
really?
Yeah.
Do you remember Joshua Jackson, who now plays for Detroit? That's how fast a name can be forgotten in the draft, guys. And he was the fourth pick that year, para.
Tanong ko sana
Anyway,
kung kasama sa Jackson 5 yan. Eh.
yeah, oh, dude, his hair at that time, parang let's go. Let's
All
do
right.
we move on? Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
start.
man. Let's go.
Okay, since this is our 50th episode, we're gonna get into a what? Fighting stance ba tayo? Because we're gonna defend who we think are good here, right?
No, basta let's just yeah, let's
Yeah.
just
Mike's,
give our let's
Mike's
just
like
give our unadulterated opinions and
Mike's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Julio? We're 50th, kakabulahan pala tayo dito until now.
I know, dude. I don't know
All
what
right.
you're expecting from this, dude.
I no
Let's
no.
go. Let's go.
Number 10.
Yan na.
Not number 10, but no particular order pala. We have
Okay, I
Bam.
did
So the
Adebayo.
average is this season's average, huh? Or that's
Ito ba
career
yung this
so far?
season or
Yeah, it's a-
Is it career so far? Is it this season? What's with the stats?
no, no, I'm just showing it. Para lang that those are career stats.
Career, there you go.
Yep.
No, it's important.
career ba yan?
Kasi some
Career?
of
Yeah,
them
yeah,
have
career
improved
stats yan. Yep.
season.
way better to diba, this season or
Okay.
have improved every season. So,
I'll start. Can I start with Bam?
go.
Go.
I'm a big fan of Bam. That's what I'm gonna put that there. Is that this guy is a point center type who can handle the ball, and I've always really liked this game. He was picked up 14th in the draft, and no one and his name is Bam because they all thought he was gonna be like this slam jammer type of player, right? But apparently he's completely that and more. And I do think once in a Butler and all that are out, I mean one of the older people are out of Miami. This guy is gonna lead the Miami offense in the future. I love Bam Adebayo. He's like Draymond
Mm-hmm.
big for me.
Mm-hmm. I get
So
that.
can he
I
be
get that.
but there? That's my take on Bam.
You wanna go, Jay, or ako na?
Jay, go.
Sure. Sige. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Check that fucker out on that poster, man. I mean, I look at Bam as Giannis light, naman to me.
O Yanis light naman.
Yeah, dude, because he's just a tad shorter, but also as ferocious on both ends of the floor. I'm also a fan of Bam. It's hard naman not to be it. This guy works hard. You know what I mean. The guy comes to play every game, and I can't not admire someone who plays like that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Bam.
Can I give a little bit of what's that like? Since again I want to bring this back. It's our 50th. Can I give some piece of like secret that I had
Mm.
before Mike starts? I'll give a secret.
Go.
He was the reason I voodooed them into the finals. Anyway, what do you think, Mike?
So you have a man crush on him.
I have a Bam crush on him.
Okay. Just to Ako, I think he has a really unique game for his position. I mean, you look at the centers now; they're a dime a dozen.
Right.
You know, they get fielded depending on matchups and all that. And I think his game for the five slot is, it's I would say parang ano to eh. Ito yung mga descendants ni Amaris Stoudemire. Those not so big but mobile bigs
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah,
ano
yeah, yeah.
that
But
that
can handle the
bring
ball, dude,
yeah, they
like,
handle the ball. That it's they have skill sets that you don't normally see with traditional big
Right.
men. And his game with today's NBA, man, I mean it fits eh. it's the modern center basically is this game. And there will always be a place in the league for unique talent like this, like the mga Draymond Greens, those that bring
A
intangibles
lot of
that you don't necessarily
tenacity,
see.
no, to the
Yeah,
game, right?
yeah, and those that bring intangibles that you don't necessarily see on the stat sheet, diba?
Hmm.
Maraming players na ganyan na mataas ang plus
Right, right.
minus, pero even if they don't really,
Yeah,
produce in certain
right, right,
categories,
right,
diba? Yeah, yeah.
right,
So
right.
yeah, man. I
Some
mean,
doesn't come out on stats nga.
yep.
Yep.
He's all defensive team pala twice. I just don't know kung first team or whatever team, but I just think he's gonna be huge. Like I really do think that it'll come to a point that the whole Miami offense or the whole Miami
It's
system
gonna run through him.
will run through him, especially when Jimmy's gone.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's not hard to see, man.
Yeah.
All right. So next,
DG.
Uy.
DG. You wanna
first
start,
time
Jay?
All Star.
Yeah, first time
Uh,
All Star. What do you think about DG?
who wants to go?
Jay, I was gonna say you, Jay.
Uh, I think this guy is a baller, man. I think they don't need Sexton at all because of this guy. They can trade Sexton for a 3 and D or a good wing. Basta wag na dyan sa point guard. But man, this guy's parang Isaiah Thomas kind of. Sorry, Mike. I no but he's just the
Parang
game.
Isaiah ba
Nothing
siya?
off court.
Parang
Nothing off
Isaiah ba
court.
siya?
He's not very tall, but you know what I mean. The guy can score. The guy can pass. He runs his team.
Akala ko parang Isaiah na parang asshole.
Solid yan.
Hindi
No,
naman.
nga eh. Not nga off court. I'm just talking
Not off
about,
court.
I'm
Okay.
just talking about the game. This guy is sort of has that same kind of game. He can score. He can defend. He can run his team. Husay to, mahusay to. I
Darius
see
Garland.
him maybe eventually as a CP3 type of player also. When he has
CP3?
enough
So talaga.
seasons behind him.
Okay. Okay.
Ikaw,
I
Mike.
think Jay wants us to hate him. First, he compares him to
Hate
Isaiah,
Garland
and
or
then,
me? Hate
I know.
Garland or me? Wait.
diba?
Who
Parang
are
ayaw,
you talking about?
I was like,
na parang
Me?
Jay wants us to hate Garland eh.
Oo nga
Kasi
eh.
una you compare to Isaiah to rile me up, and then you compare him to CP3 later on to rile Julio up. So,
Now I'm
on
thinking
that
of
note, ako on
But
that
dude,
note,
but
on that
dude,
note,
you guys,
I don't
you
like
guys
him.
can,
I don't
you
like
guys
him.
can
He's like
say
Isaiah. I don't
Jay.
like him.
I'm thinking now of a Guns N' Roses song that Jay put in my head right now. I
I don't
used
like
to love him, but now I'm gonna kill him.
Hey,
Go,
but
go, go.
look at his game.
No, I don't like him na.
ago.
Ayoko na siya. Ayoko na siya.
Alright, may ganyan, may ganyan.
Okay,
Move on
go.
na. Ayaw nyo pa.
Ikaw na,
Move on
Julio.
na.
Ikaw na.
na.
I don't like him. I
Next na.
hate his guts.
Next na, next. Next.
Ay, nako. Sige. Okay. Wait. Oh, can we go back? Ako pa.
Ito.
Ay, ikaw pa ba? Ako ba?
I know you
Kasi
hate him,
nag-next na
but-
si Julio. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Go. Wow.
Okay. Darius Garland. When I think of Darius Garland, I didn't think much of him when he was drafted. He's really, really good now, but I can easily see this year as, I think I'm not sure yet if he's going to hit that next level, even though he became an all-star. It went with the Cavaliers record right now. I'm just being honest. Is he good? He's really good. He's a great passer. But I'm not yet sold on
And he
DG.
can score.
He can score.
Score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came out of college as a really, really good scorer. And the only thing that will remind me of Darius Garland, I have a former office mate from PAL, so shout out Dion. He was the only guy I know in the whatever draft Darius in the 2020 draft yata or 19 the 2019 draft
Uh-huh.
who even posted on Facebook that Darius Garland is the next great point guard. And I was so shocked and I was like, what? Darius Garland? Is like, yes. And now he's throwing it back at my face in a nice way. 'Cause I had to remind him. But now he's like, oh nga, no, I said that. So
Well,
me
I'm not.
personally,
I'm not the man there, but I'm. All I'm saying is the guy has really good ceiling. If
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah, yeah.
improves, and yeah, man. But you can see, you can see what he can do on the court, and solid to.
I
Like
need
I
to see.
said, they can fucking trade Sexton already, man.
Yeah. I still need to see a couple of more years from Darius. I just think he's really having a good year this year.
Mhm.
And the Cavs
But
record.
isn't that a reflection of how he's playing? Because he's the
Yes, no,
leader
no.
of the team. Eh? I mean, for the
Yes,
Cavs to be where they are, him using the right players that he has in his roster, dishing out to Allen, making sure, diba, Mobley
yes.
gets his shit, and diba, Love gets his shots, and
Guys,
Yeah.
galing.
you know what? I'm slowly seeing Isaiah Thomas's face in this picture. So
Go,
can we
go,
freaking
go.
move on? Can we
Lipat
freaking
na,
move
lipat
on?
na! Si Ant-Man yata yung kasunod eh,
Ito,
Ant-Man.
Anthony Edwards. Mike,
Ant-Man.
you naman start since you wanted to move so fast out of DG.
No, I like this. I like the cockiness of this guy. Actually, he's saying a lot of things in media. No, how he parang he's the next. Parang short of saying he's the next goat. Medyo ganyan kalakas ang dating na to. I like the ano.
Hindi,
He has
hindi
the
GOAT greatest of all time, ha? Baka Billy Goat, yung
medyo ganun eh. Pero man, I mean,
kinakaldereta.
but but then he has the game to back it up. Eh. So it's okay. Carry on, diba? But let's see, man. I mean, sometimes ako I don't really take it against players when they get too cocky with what they
Uh-huh.
say in interviews
Uh-huh.
and all that because they need
Kinda
that
Depends
from
like
what
the
coach.
player.
cocky players,
Depends
actually.
what player for
Yeah,
me.
kailangan
Most,
nila yan eh.
most of the
'Di ba?
greatest have egos, man.
Yep.
Diba?
And
Most of the greatest have
na-
egos.
and none of them will say na I'm the second best player in the league. There's nobody who'll say that.
Yeah, but I
'Di
mean, what's the point? What's the point of trying to be the best player in the world if you're already gonna say someone is
Yeah.
better, diba?
'Di Nobody's gonna say that, dude.
Can I
So
greet
yeah,
lang
man.
Yeah,
Manoli? Because he was
yeah,
laughing
man.
at our conversation kanina. I just want
Hey,
to
Yeah,
say.
Manol, what's up, Nol?
Kasi,
Regards to Tiny Manol.
what? Yeah, hi to your significant other.
So,
Wait, who's
Anthony
next? Ako ba?
Edwards.
No,
Ikaw na,
ako.
yeah,
ikaw
yeah.
na, ikaw
Go
na.
ahead.
Okay, ako.
Ikaw na.
Um, Anthony Edwards. I think is the reason why Cat's playing much better this year because he kind of
Wow.
pushed Cat. Do you know how
Yep.
Cat's kind of like,
That's, that's a lot to
medyo
say, ah.
relax lang, I'm this good and all that. And this guy comes on, is like dunking over everyone, and everyone's forgetting all of a sudden who the kind of in the start of the season they were like, Cat who? And then
Yep.
Cat kind of had to pick up
Medyo,
his game.
yeah,
And
na-threaten eh. Bigla.
not threatened si Cat with this guy because this guy was okay. I think this guy, okay, let's put it when they drafted him, they were still semi-tanking. I think this is how Minnesota was thinking. And then the new ownership came in with I think it was Alex Rudd. I'm not sure who bought it. And then they weren't sure if they were going to tank or not. And this guy was bringing in the crowd. He was dunking on. Remember how that dunk last year he had on the
Right.
Japanese guy?
Yep.
Um,
Mhm.
and he was just taking no
Poor guy.
prisoners playing, and he started off very very shaky until EJ voodooed him into stardom.
Right.
Remember? So this guy came in medyo negative press.
Grabe, talagang kasalanan ni EJ kaya
Dude,
sumikat eh.
EJ should have been his agent, uh, and he knows that. And did you guys see the turnaround last year? Like
Yep.
from
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
negative press to all of a sudden he was dunking on people, and
Right.
this guy took the shit and he rode
Last
with it.
year was
And
sort of his breakout, coming out
Well,
party.
it's his rookie season, so it has to be a breakout.
No, I
Sorry.
mean,
No, no,
kita
but
ka agad.
oh yeah, no. Despite adversity, that's what I liked about Anthony Edwards, man. He came out and I he's a linebacker in a basketball player's body. So I think this guy's gonna be really really wild moving forward for the Timberwolves.
What do you see his ceiling might be?
Him, this guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he'll be like honestly, he'll be like your musculadong Dwayne Wade, but
Uy,
that's
a
how I
nice
see
one.
him. power
Pwede,
and
pwede.
whatever. Basta, he's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like that.
Pwede, pwede. Pwede.
But like it's like Dwayne Wade on roids or something. UJ.
Me, I think this guy's ano man. This like, yeah, pwedeng for right now D Wade light. Pwedeng
Actually, D Wade
half
heavy.
Yeah.
half man, half
Actually,
amazing light.
D Wade light, dude. D Wade on roids nga eh.
Ngayon, like wala kang accomplishment pare. Iba naman yung dunk lang eh.
Parang ano.
So anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
we're that's it. We
No,
move on.
yeah, I guess.
No, no, I don't. Did we freeze or something? That's what I was wondering, lang.
No, let's go. Next. Fine.
Okay, okay.
Ito.
Is, is, is,
What the fudge?
is this the reason why you wanted to go next, Jay? Did you like?
Oh, no, I wanted to say something. Mike wanted to say something, so I stopped. He stopped also. So medyo nagka-dead air. And then I'm like, okay na yan. Kita mo naman yung kasunod.
Let's
Kita
go
mo naman
back.
yung kasunod.
Dude, let's go back.
Hindi na.
Potato.
Hindi na. Ito na. Okay na to.
Dude, I want to relive.
Potato.
I want to relive my, to redo my laughter when I saw this. It was great.
Okay na yan. Okay na.
Fine, Jay, go. Zion Williamson.
Zion Williamson. Wow! Taas sana ng ceiling. Pero parang di makakaabot na ng ceiling eh. Nakapako na sa ground, man.
Wow.
Grounded to.
He's got his
Is
Doritos
that
right
the most
there.
recent picture? Honest question.
It is.
It
That's
is.
why we used it.
It is?
No, no.
Dude!
No, this
That's
was
a
I mean-
Doritos commercial.
yeah, early
Yeah,
this
but,
season.
Let's delete the Mountain Dew, delete the friggin' Doritos, and just look at how big he is. On a big ass couch that looks small because of him. I'm not dissing weight. I'm not dissing people who are obese or who are overweight.
Yeah.
I'm dissing an athlete who should be in good top shape, man.
I'm
I
dissing
mean,
the
come
couch.
on. Right? Taas sana ng ceiling, pero wow! I really honestly can't say where and how his career is gonna go. He already has sort of an ego screwing over with making a battle against his GM. Not playing, so I don't know. That's all I can say, man, with this guy.
Parang I want Doritos now. Mike,
Okay.
Sarap, eh, no?
Ako,
Barbecue,
there's a
and I
bigger
love Mountain Dew.
problem. There's a bigger, for me, there's a bigger problem than this whole Zion injury.
bigger
that's
than
going
his
on.
size.
Dude, if I can rant, Zion is the poster boy for what's wrong with the system right now, with the league, how much these guys are getting paid too early and all that. I mean, you had the Simmons drama early this season, and the late last year and early this season. I'm seeing the Zion situation in New Orleans too. That I see it heading into the same direction. This can be the next NBA drama with contract, with how with what's gonna happen to him when he comes back. Kasi parang there's a lot of smoke coming from Nola na parang he doesn't want to be there. He has
Right.
people around him, relatives who don't want him to be there. They want him to, usual be in a big market team
Yeah.
so they can capitalize on his marketability, diba? Pero ang problem is if you're not playing ball, man, there's no marketability there.
Zion
So,
does not love
Manol,
playing ball.
Manols, mismo yan, Manols, mismo yan. I mean, how
Diba?
can a guy who's supposed to love this sport, wants to make money off the sport, look like that? Come on, man.
And wala na eh, kasi
You gotta, you gotta put in the work.
he got the Jordan contract even before he stepped foot on a basketball on an NBA court. He has all the endorsements. Wala eh. This is what happens when you throw money at young kids who haven't proven themselves yet because you strip them of their motivation. And for me, kawawa din the kids eh. Because sometimes it's not just their fault eh. It's also the fault of those that throw money at them. Kasi some of them can't really handle the fortune early on. Na wala pang ako pinapatunayan, bibigyan niyo na ako. What will motivate me, diba? So,
Malaking bagay yung may support system ka na solid eh.
yes.
Which
And you have
like AI never had eh, no?
yep. So there. So this turned into a rant na. I like Zion. I like Zion, but you know,
Yeah, me
it's
also eh.
really
Sayang the upside, pero wow.
it's really grim for me. What will happen to him? I don't know how fast he can turn this around. Because again, like you said, Jay, the ceiling's there. The
Yeah, eh.
the potential is there. I don't know,
Right.
at this point how high that ceiling, if that ceiling is
Parang all
accurate
he
even.
parang all he really needs to do is put in the work, man. And stay in top condition and play. Stop
Again,
complaining. Even if you have a gripe against your GM or the org, play so you're worth something. I
again,
mean,
man.
for yourself, ha? Wag mo na isipin yung team. Eh. For yourself, man. And diba, if you wanna leave, at least naman be ready to play for the next team you're going to end up playing for, diba?
That's well, like with this generation's players, dude,
It's
that's
hard,
easier
isn't it?
said than done. That's
You're
easier
right,
said
right, right,
than done.
right,
Parang
right.
that's not automatic sa kanila. Sa atin, that's instinct sa atin. And okay, yeah, you do that. This is what you
Oo,
do,
eh.
diba? It's
Right,
that.
right.
I'm gonna shock all of you guys.
And
Fire. I
I'm
know.
gonna shock. No, no, I'm gonna shock all of you guys.
Okay.
And no, no. I agree though with Micah that this guy was an example of what can go wrong when you give a kid too much
too
money.
much.
Um, I'll get to Zion in a while, but I'll seg to somebody else who will shock you, especially you, Mike. Really gonna shock you. Is
Okay.
this is what people do not realize how great LeBron James handled his fame when he came out. I mean, I'm sorry, huh?
Oh yeah,
But
I agree.
Yeah, as an eight,
I agree.
that's not a
yeah,
shocker to me, man.
so because
That's fact.
Zion had an arc that was LeBron-esque from high school.
Yes,
He
Yes,
yes.
the
was
hype was
known
there. Yep.
he was
Uh-huh,
known in
uh-huh.
Twitter, but from my son, he was a Twitter sensation because of his how he could jump. All the
Right,
way in high school,
right.
my son knew Zion. Zion was a thing on YouTube.
Mm-mm.
Zion was part of this whole YouTube generation of you knowing players in high school palang already just by watching them on YouTube. You know, he was one of
Right.
the first.
Right.
So he was huge. And honestly, so aside from that, now he became the face, the number one pick. And I agree with all you guys said is that he's just gonna mess up his whole career. And the guy was really good. He had a really good touch.
Yeah, man.
He actually even had a semblance of an outside shot. He was very mobile and huge. But you know what? Me, huh? Sad to say, is that there are a lot of guys now who are even bigger than him, just as mobile, and
Yes.
probably has this touch also that it does not make him into an enigma anymore or some great
No.
like
Yes.
wow. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? That's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's my
yeah.
problem with Zion.
Right.
With less baggage, dude.
With less baggage, and this is already
Yeah,
this is third,
literally and figuratively.
Yes.
is, is this his second year or third year? This is his third year, right?
Mm.
He could have spent 3 years perfecting his game, getting banged up, and he's not. And
Yep.
he's
Oo nga.
already behind the learning curve from a lot of
Yung
people.
Yeah.
three-point shot sana niya eh. Kasi he was hitting quite a few when he was playing eh.
Dude, he was.
When
I
he
mean,
was
he was
playing.
great. He was like Barkley with bounce. I
See,
mean, that's
I was gonna say nga eh, yun sana yung ano niya, yun sana
yeah,
yung barometer niya, si
yeah,
Barkley.
yeah. But I mean,
Barkley had a rookie season, right? He called
hello,
Moses
Andre.
Malone, asked Malone if he could come by. He went by Malone's house, and Malone was like, "Dude, you know what your problem is? You're overweight. You're lazy. Is
Oh,
what is
Barkley.
what Yeah, it's what
Told
Moses
Barkley.
Malone told him.
Yeah.
So he took that to heart and dude, diba? The
Yeah. I mean,
Barkley is a Hall of Famer.
yeah.
Never won a ring, but I mean that guy he's easy to love because puk-puk yung laro. Galing.
I'm
Yun
just
sana
saying,
feeling nito si Zion eh. To
yeah,
get
but
back to topic, but yeah.
no, I know, but for me, it's that he's not gonna wow anyone with his physical skills. I mean, in the start, yes, if you were
Not
all a bunch of
anymore. Yeah,
rookies,
not anymore.
and then 3 years down the line, I don't know. I think his learning curve has is medyo siya maghahabol ngayon for me. That's
Right.
how I
Yeah,
see it.
for sure.
Yes. Yeah, actually, I agree.
For sure.
Yung that window, kasi he had capital already going into the league. Eh.
Yeah, dude.
Right, right,
'Di ba?
right.
And he lost. He kind of missed out on that window. Eh, na
Yes.
to grab that opportunity. And yeah, tama si Julio. Now he needs to catch up and prove himself
Yes.
as opposed to just playing his game and then parang having that 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 what do you call this? That
That edge.
appreciation that edge, from the
Yeah.
get-go,
Yeah.
'di ba?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, even if he wasn't playing games for Norlands, he could have at least, stayed in shape and worked on his game. Sayang eh.
Yeah.
Pero again, I mean, if we're gonna keep things that are in perspective, it's still only his third year, so um, we'll see. But just to give you some perspective, also, huh, is that
But
we're talking about someone who's really matured already from the same draft class. We're talking also about Darius Garland, who is in the same draft class. We're also going to
right.
be talking about Cam Johnson, who's already making waves with the Suns as a
Yeah.
quality player, at
Dude,
least, diba? Tyler
nahiya ka
Hero.
pa. Nahiya ka
I
pa.
couldn't I
Let's
couldn't
let's
believe
let's
he was on
Later na,
waivers.
later na, later na. Let's move on. Let's move on. Later na, later na, later
I
na.
couldn't believe he
Later
was
na.
on
Okay.
waivers. I picked Cam
Sige.
Johnson
Of
up.
all,
Dude.
talagang iniwasan mo the one guy in his draft
Yeah, yeah.
class. Okay,
Dude,
let's go.
later na, later na. Dude. Jay, are you good? Are you good?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yon, the player that will be pasted to James Wiseman forever.
You wanna go
You want?
first, Julio? Ikaw na.
Sige, sige. I'll go first
Sinegway
now.
mo na si
Uh,
Go.
I like LaMelo Ball since I heard about him pa nga in high school. I mean, I don't like the Ball brothers. I mean, the dad's irritating and all that. But I did like LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball was really, really good in high school. He scored 90 plus points in a high school game once. And of course, my kids were all like, LaMelo Ball's the GOAT of all Ball brothers. And it's like, okay, cool. I knew he was gonna be really good, even watching highlights. I'm kind of sad that I mean, if you watched him even in his first year with Charlotte, he was he's exciting. I love point guards. I like Lamelo's game. I see his court vision. I even like his brother's game. His court vision's fantastic. But I always knew from the start, which gets my goat, which gets my goat, that I always knew the Dubs weren't going to. I know.
Yeah,
I knew the
nobody
Dubs.
does, Andre.
Nobody does.
I knew the Dubs were not gonna draft Lamelo from. I mean, that was already a given. I mean, him and Kerr and Lavar got into some words already. It was just not the Dubs style to draft Lamelo, but I think it was EJ who said that even if he went to the
Hugot
Dubs,
talaga eh. Hugot.
no, I'm serious. Yeah, no, yeah, because if he went to the Dubs, would he have flourished the way he did? Yes and no. He might not have been the star now, but he would have been more in control now, especially in this season, as compared to like a Jordan Poole. He's much better than Jordan Poole. He'll be able to control that second unit much better. So I don't mind Wiseman. I'll wait for Wiseman, but I like Lamelo's ball. I like Lamelo Ball's game.
Lamelo's ball.
You
You
like
like?
Lamelo's ball?
Ball's
Okay, that was a shock, right? I didn't know you.
Lamelo's balls.
Which I didn't know you liked him that much, dude.
Golden balls.
And it had to come out in our 50th episode. Shit.
Wow!
Oh,
That's
I need a
going for a
second. I
drink.
need a
I'm
second.
gonna get another drink. Excuse me, guys.
Can you
This
imagine?
is not a walkout, but
Oh
if
my
I
god.
sit
Jay,
here,
okay. I needed a
wait lang.
second
Oh
for
wait,
the
sige.
recover from that.
I'll say a short line about Lamelo, then I'll go get a drink.
I
Okay,
sorry,
go.
sorry, go, 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 go,
I
go.
think Lamelo's is good. I think he's Magic Johnson light. Let's see where that goes. But this guy can fucking score. He can pass. He runs his speed. He's good. I'll get a drink.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, go, Mike. Go, Mike.
Ako, with all the Lavar hate going around, ako in fairness to Lavara, he knew what he was doing, man.
Ah, shit. Yeah, man.
That guy was a genius marketing guy, dude.
Yep,
He knew what he was doing from the start. That was all a WWE act
yep.
with Lonzo. And just to give some some of our viewers parang an idea of where I'm coming from. If you notice, when Lonzo came in, Lavar was all yapping about Lonzo. My son would be one of the greatest point guards. He'll bring a championship to LA. All of that talk because Lonzo needed the marketing, dude. He needed the marketing to get
Yeah.
that high draft pick. He needed the marketing to, you know, create some buzz around him. But when Lamelo came, dude, Lavar did not do the talking he did for Lonzo because he knew Lamelo's game would hold its
Yeah.
own already in the league. He knew he didn't have to sell Lamelo as hard as he did Lonzo. And kaya dun ko nakita na it was all calculated, and as much as, it's irritating and all that, who wouldn't do that for his own kid, diba? I mean,
Oh,
if
dude.
it's your kid, dude, you,
Yeah.
you irritate the world, dude, just to make sure
Dude,
your
call
kid
me
succeeds, diba?
call me irritating, but if I have two NBA players, I don't care if I irritate you, buddy.
Exactly.
Diba?
Exactly. Exactly, diba? If
I mean,
diba, if two of your sons
are
are
playing in the
play,
NBA and making
diba? Pakialam ka
15,
sa'yo.
20 million, pare, you
Dude,
want me to insult you
dude,
some more?
you'll probably be one of the most annoying dudes on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah,
here's my question: if he went to the Dubs, can I call him the Golden Ball?
dude. I don't know. Even if he's not to the Dubs, you can call him whatever, dude.
No,
I mean, you confess na, diba? Na you love Lamelo's balls. You can call him whatever you want, dude.
I confess that I loved Lamelo's balls, and what did I confess to Kanina also that I would bam bam. Is that what did I
I
say?
don't know.
I would bang bam. What
Uh,
what
Bam
happened over
bam
here
boy.
and then you voodoo the Heat, diba? He was the reason you voodoo the Heat.
or something? But say
Uh,
anyway, this is not looking
Bam
good for
bam
me.
boy.
Who's
it's
next?
not. It's not,
It's
dude.
not looking
Okay.
good for me.
Okay. Buti na lang hindi kasama si Kelly
Yeah,
Oubre dito. Patay
yeah, I
tayo
know.
dyan.
I just lost my negative two fans,
Hindi siya uubre.
which means now I have zero. Anyway, um,
Donovan
Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Oh,
Spider. Spider.
Spider. You know what? I think Mike should start this one.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm not as big a fan. I'm trying to. Okay, let me admit na. Let me just go straight to the point, dude. I'm not as big a fan as others, as one would be with Donovan Mitchell. I mean, I like his game early on, his rookie season. He had that flash, diba? Parang people were comparing to D Wade, na parang D Wade. Parang if D Wade and Harden got together and had a kid, it would be Donovan
Donovan
Mitchell. And
Mitchell.
I kind of saw that the basis of that statement, diba? But it's been really hilaw his stardom. Parang kulang eh. Para, the same way na the Jazz, you feeling mo they'll be the next contenders. And then they're beaten every time they get to the final, they get to the playoffs. Parang there's just that X factor that's missing with him. It's the same thing na, who was that player na sinasabi natin na kulang sa, Sabonis. Parang the star factor. There's
Kulang
just
sa star
a little
power.
bit. Yeah, a little bit of that that star power
Right.
to get them over that, and see them as legit superstars in the league, or at least the
Right,
next in
right,
line.
right.
That's what
I
I
can
think
see
would.
that. Yeah.
But yes, game. I like his game. Yeah, hindi lang I'm not lang super bilib with him.
Who's next? Sige, I'll go next na muna. I think DM hit his ceiling because he's a little bit undersized. He's only like 6'2", 6'3". He's really
Yep.
undersized. A little bit more undersized pa nga than Dwayne. And he's parang turning more into a weird shooter end of games. He's scoring well, all that. I just think he can be checked really, really well in playoff games already. I've seen enough of the playoffs with DM for him to get checked. So I think he's good. He's a good superstar. Sells some shoes. He has a nice, exciting game. But I do think that this 20, I mean, this version of DM na scoring and all that is kind of his ceiling, and we will see him settle down into a more of a Robin role in a real championship team if he ends up getting to one. Ganon yun. Not as
Yeah.
the main guy.
Mm,
Pwede.
That's how I see it at least. So he's
Pwede.
kind of like Ron Harper with the Cavs before, or even Mark
Mm-hmm.
McGuire with Dallas Mavericks. They were great,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't winning, and then they end up to going to a championship team having a very more specified role. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I see Donovan Mitchell. Jay,
Pwede. I completely agree with both of you. Maliit nga masyado eh. Parang he overcompensates with saksak, his power, that
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
that part of his game. He's not that great a shooter eh, even from distance. So, 'di ba? Sana he improves parang DeRozan type of mid-game man lang.
But he's the fastest to
Not
103 to 1,000.
Sure.
He's
No,
the
yeah,
fastest to
yeah.
500
Really.
yata.
That's really
Yeah.
what he uses a lot. He depends a lot on his physicality, his God-given, talent. It's parang to me it lacks more of a finesse kind of game. Na sana if he had like DeRozan nga, yung pukol-pukol na sure ball na ganun, even if he doesn't really hit his trays as much as you'd like, pwede pa sana eh. But yeah, I completely agree with an amazing Robin. Pwede. But not a Batman for sure.
He has nice, affordable shoes though. He has a
Wow.
good, he has a good line in Adidas. Diba? I'm just
Ano
saying
yun?
that
Consuelo de Bobo.
no, it's don't just don't
There's a
tell my
reason,
son. Just
dude.
don't tell my what this go.
There's a
What's the
reason why they're cheap.
Dude, don't tell my son is that when I want to distract him from the Nike prices, I bring him over to Adidas to show him the DMs.
Yeah. No. If you go to Nike, look for Paul George's shoes, dude.
Ganon,
Nandun yun sa
ganon.
ano.
Mura.
That's a whole
Mura.
different.
Uh,
Anyway, I'm not
Next,
going
next.
to.
okay, next.
Oy, magkakaiba tayo dito, tingin ko eh.
Ayan na. Ito na yung sinasabi ni Julian sa pre-prod.
Jay, why don't you start with Jason
Me?
Tatum? Yes.
You guys have been hard on Tatum, actually. When we
I
chat
no,
and
no,
shit.
dude. You,
Yeah,
well,
no, you guys have. Past his prime already with
past
with
his
the
prime, no
Celtics.
one said that.
With the Celtics. With the Celtics. I meant that
with the Celtics.
run,
Okay,
that
yeah.
run of the Celtics. You guys were saying Pasona that run. They should, switch up already the roster. Blah blah blah. They're on a freaking. The Celtics are already on a freaking streak, and it's because of this guy. Brown
yeah.
hasn't showed up as much as he has of late. That streak of what 9, 10 games, or was it 10-1, 10-2, something like that. But dude, they've climbed up already. They're what now, fifth, maybe fourth soon. I think they're really balling because of him. He just scored 54 points today
Fifth.
against the Nets. They beat the Nets also. Good game, but he came out on top. I think he's got really good ceiling. I think if the Celtics
Taas pa.
do end up sort of tinkering with that lineup as you guys suggest, I think they should keep him and trade Brown then. If that's because everyone's been talking about getting rid of one of them. If you're gonna keep one, this guy's the keeper.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
argue with that. Who wants to go, Mike? You or me?
Ako na.
Ikaw muna.
Okay. Remember everything I said about Donovan Mitchell?
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Seriously?
I'm kidding. Okay. Uh, si Tatum, I think the problem with my perspective on Tatum is yung build up sa kanya when he was a rookie.
That's
He
not
had a
that's
he had
the
a
media.
no. That's what I'm saying nga eh. Na I'm trying to break down my feelings
Mm.
in right now on him. Na baka I might be able to explain my take on him. So he had an amazing rookie run, which was it was an opportunity that presented itself because of injuries. When Kyrie went down,
Right,
with Gordon Hayward went down,
right.
and he was put in the in the spotlight, and he
Spotlight.
he kind of lived up to it, dude. I mean, all
Mm-hmm.
things considered, being a
Mm-hmm.
rookie, he did parang kumbaga he showed a lot of promise, and then there's a lot of stories surrounding him na he trains with Kobe, Mamba mentality, whatever.
Mm.
That kind of built him up eh. So the expectations went through the roof. And then year 2 came, year 3 came, year 4 came, and then parang teka, parang hindi naman Mamba mentality to ah. Parang hindi naman Mamba 2.0 to ah. You know what I mean? So parang
Mm.
it was disappointing because of the build up that came early on. And maybe, that's not his fault. Maybe it's how the media usually hype these players up just to bring them down later on if they don't live up to the hype. And then I'm not taking that against Tatum. Pero sa akin lang, I saw the brilliance kasi of that rookie. I saw a glimpse of the brilliance in that rookie run eh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just what the media says that made me come up with my my take on this, but I saw the brilliance eh. And medyo, you're waiting. Okay, this year, breakout na siguro to. Hindi pa rin. This year, breakout na siguro to. Hindi pa rin. And it comes and you're waiting. And he's what? He's on years 5 going 6.
Year
And
five, year five.
you're still waiting. So ako, I'm gonna keep an open mind on Tatum, but for now, I'm on you know what? Prove me wrong. Kind of kind of a place with him now. Because I think he can do better, and I put him on a
Mm-hmm.
higher standard than a lot of these other up and coming players. That's why
Right.
I have this opinion. That's why this is that's what hence my take basically. So yeah, that's where I'm at with him.
Julio.
I am completely right in the middle of both of you guys on this one. I don't swing Mike's way. I don't swing Jay's way. I don't get Tatum yet. So I'm right in the middle because the guy, I thought he was going to be a third pick, even a fourth. He moved really gangly in Duke when I'd watch highlights. I didn't know how he was going to be in the NBA. I thought he was going to be a small forward. Apparently now he's like a small forward, power forward. And but the guy can shoot. The guy can fucking shoot like shit, man. And sometimes he makes the wildest shots during end
His
games.
moves to the basket's pretty dang good also.
Yeah, that's what.
It's
But
not just shooting.
uh, no, it's a lot of shooting, dude. When you watch him,
Uh,
also he makes those three
Yeah,
pointers.
sure.
It's a
Sure,
lot of
sure, sure. But
shooting, dude.
what
In
ako,
fact,
what makes me excited to watch what he might be is partly because of how his forays to the basket are also. Man.
talaga, I don't, me,
Yeah.
maybe I should watch more. But his forays to
That's
the
sort of
basket,
what how he creates his plays. If you've been watching of late, dude, grabe to sa yung emotions niya on the court.
yeah,
You
yeah.
see it more now than maybe last season or the season prior.
Here's
Right
my
now, especially during this whole streak nga.
because
Galing,
because
man.
because they're winning.
Yeah. No, yeah. No, but here's my problem.
Well, there's a reason why they're winning. It's because he's playing really well.
Yeah, but here's my problem lang with Jason Tatum. It's just, okay, if you look at his career, because he's really on a career high, 26.5 this year. Those are good numbers. 8 rebounds, 4
Yeah.
assists. The guy is shooting
Nothing to sneeze at,
44%.
yeah.
The guy is shooting 44% and has never shot higher than 46% since his rookie year. The guy chucks a lot of shots, Jay. I mean, he does chuck a lot, even in end games. And in this run, yes, they're going in. But how many times have we seen in the playoffs that him and Brown just chuck too much
Yep.
shots, dude? And that's why
Right.
they lose. That's why I'm completely in the middle with
Yeah.
Tatum. Because when
See, that's
Tatum
the
is
thing.
on,
You can't blame on one person how the whole team performs.
no, not
Can't
not
be
even
that
the whole
way.
team. I'm talking lang
I mean-
about Tatum's field goal. He's shooting 43.8%.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're chucking all these shots because there's not a lot of them that want to take shots.
Yeah, but you still gotta be giving efficient shots, pare. So that's why
Yeah.
so
Maybe
with
with
Tatum,
the lineup they have kasi also.
no,
think it's not
me lang as
No,
So
what
we're on
Julio?
the star, but-
I think no. What Julio's saying is the shot selection.
yeah, Tatum is their star, right? And I've always had a question about Tatum's efficiency. That's my question. So he's scoring a lot, but I always found him that he's not as efficient as I would. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking like Luca, for example, right? Luca, which we'll get to later. We'll talk about Luca later. But like, um, if whatever your thing is about what people talk about Luca and his shooting percentages and all that, the difference with me with Luca is that he controls the whole game. You know what I mean? So he can shoot like shit.
Yeah,
but all
well,
of a
he's
sudden-
also the point guard. That's
yes,
his
but
job is to control
Tatum
the
has
whole
the
game.
ball a lot in the. It's that they take turns with Boston. It's not like
Yep.
there's a point guard in Boston who holds the ball. It's always
Yep.
Tatum. It's always Brown, and then sumisingit si Marcus
Or
Smart every
Smart.
now and then, diba? So that's my thing. So I'm completely in the middle. I'm not knocking Tatum. The guy gives the numbers, but I'm not gonna call him yet the next. He's probably gonna be one of the faces, but not the
I'm
next.
not calling him the next either. We're not.
No, but
naman
we're
there.
talking about the
I never
next
said that.
We're talking.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think someone like Lamelo Ball.
Yeah, but did we get into the next thing with all the other players we really mentioned
Yes.
earlier? No.
No,
I
I
never
said-
mentioned he was the next either.
I said I think Lamelo will be one of the next. Easily. That's how I was talking about Melo. I was talking about Bam the same way. Who didn't we? For example, if we go,
So
if we go Bam,
you see Bam and Lamelo having a bigger chance at that next.
a
than
bigger
Tatum.
chance at
Then
NBA success, leading their squad. Yes, there. Ganon.
Yes, okay.
Parang
All
ganyan.
right.
Parang that's. I mean, to create na walang confusion.
Right.
I'll put Jason Tatum. You find this weird, if I compare him, Alex English type.
Only wow.
Yeah.
All that
Dude,
guy did was score.
Yeah.
He never played defense. This guy
Yeah.
plays D naman. I mean,
Yeah, no, he
really.
does, but but we're talking about the level of where
Interesting.
their teams will get.
Yeah,
Alex
it's very
English
interesting because Alex English became, sort of like a
Dude,
guy who
multi-year-
hops teams, man.
No, but no, he
Because
was
all
always
he can
Denver.
do is score.
Dude, he was always Denver, and he led Denver
No,
so
he
many
played
years.
for other teams, man. He was
Alex
trained in
English?
several times. Yeah.
No,
I think he played
Sure,
for the
he was
Bucks.
Denver when he led the league.
Alam ko he played for the Bucks. I don't know lang how many other teams.
Other teams. Anyway,
well, anyway,
What was
okay,
the
let's
point?
move
all
on.
the guys
Oh, yeah.
had to score,
Alex
though.
English he played with Denver for more than 10 years, dude.
And
He only
English
had
is a
2
better
years,
shooter than Tatum, huh?
2 years lang with the
I can't
Bucks
see the
to start
comparison,
off,
man.
Indiana and Dallas. But he spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He spent 11 years with Denver, dude. Alex English is Denver. The rest of the other teams he joined
For a
were all
while,
like-
yeah, when all they did was score, that team never played D. He never
Yeah,
played D,
but
man.
he
All
was.
did
I mean,
was fucking take shots.
but they also got to the second round of the playoffs. Denver, ganyan, and that's where Boston is right now. They had one run to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they haven't done anything. Also, so I can't say Tatum's going to be leading them to the East Eastern Conference Finals now with the Nets and Philly, and I don't see it
Well,
anytime
there are
soon.
teams being led by players that are already on that next level, like
Yeah,
Embiid, like Giannis. So what we're saying about the whole night is us talking about players we see might be able, to get to that level. I'm just
yeah,
saying
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy maybe has a chance pa. I
No,
don't
dude.
really see him as just an Alex English tira lang ng
Well,
tira and that's all he
Ako,
did kind
ako,
of player. This guy can
let me put it
KG,
this
man.
way na lang. I don't know about Bam, pero I see Lamelo being that guy to take his team somewhere over Tatum. Maybe not Bam,
ako, I see Bam.
but
Para,
Lamelo.
that's I see. Who'd we go through kanina? Lamelo, Bam. Ako, Lamelo, Bam. I didn't nga DG. Of course, we were all pretty much was that on Zion. Since we're gonna go to our top two next, anyway.
Okay, next.
Who else was there kanina? I think we were kind of in agreement with DM also.
Oh, who wants to go
Um,
first? Jay, go na.
Ako?
Yeah, Ja. This is Ja, man.
Jobless.
jobless.
Jobless, dude.
Jo-
Jobless. The guy's
jobless.
blessed with a lot of friggin' talent, man. The guy can score, the guy can shoot, the guy can penetrate, he dishes really well, he's got hops, he's got a lot of charisma also. He's to be sort of like what Kobe had when he was young, that kind of tapang, that kind of arrogance, that kind of charisma. People love to either
Alam
hate
nila, alam
him.
nila. Alam.
Oh, people would love to hate him or people would love him. That kind of player. Like Kobe nga, when Kobe was, 2, 3 years into the league, man. Ganon,
Or
dating nito
Westbrook.
si Ja, man. Kakaiba din. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I think this guy's already leading his team, same as the guy we're gonna talk about after.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's really a matter of who between the two gets there first. But this guy's one of them, or one of the three, because there are two more players we're talking about. But yeah, man, high up. I mean, he's already what are they number three in the West, dude?
They
And
were
that's
number
like
two, but Memphis lost to Houston because
right. Like the Dubs
ito na
lost
yung,
to the Lakers, man.
ito na yung, ano,
Like the
mali yung
Dubs,
dude,
title natin
like
eh.
the Dubs
dude,
lost to the Lakers.
yeah, dude, because the Lakers
Yeah.
are legit. Like I told you, pare. Diba? The
Whoa!
Lakers
All right,
never
good.
bet against LeBron, pare.
Hanep.
that's why
Hanep.
that's why we
Kailangan pa
lost
namin
against
yung
the
voodoo
Lakers.
na yan. Go. Go lang, go. But I'm a
Oh,
big
go.
fan of Ja, man. Ikaw
Mauna
na.
na ako
Yeah,
ah.
yeah, yeah.
Ikaw muna, Mike. Ikaw
Ako
muna, Mike.
muna kasi masasapawan na ako pag nauna si Uli. Ito yung
Hindi ka na
ito yung parang
makakapagsalita.
actually mali itong title natin eh. 'Di ba? Who got next? Dapat who got next to eh. 'Di ba? dahil dito sa player na to. So anyway, ako I mean, I like Ja. Ako naman, I'm somewhere in between the two of you.
You're like Ja lang, ha?
I'm somewhere in between the two of you, diba? I'm not a fanboy. I'm also
It's a
not
weird,
that
right?
dissing John, no? Ako, I like his game. Again, I loved Iverson. Iverson's one of my favorite players, and I see the same tenacity. I see the same ruthlessness. Despite their size, dude, they bring that
Right,
that that aggression on the court.
right.
It's very similar. I see AI in him. And I think there was one instance nung All Star Weekend. I think they got together and AI was praising him. A lot of the players were actually.
Right.
I don't want to give him so much props yet though, because again, this is his coming out party. He's played one of his best seasons so far, and I want to see him in the playoffs first. Because at the end of the day, the next phase of the NBA isn't just a regular season player like Donovan Mitchell. they're you know
Weren't
they're
weren't
they're they're
they weren't they in the playoffs last year?
yeah, but
Who?
yeah, but
Memphis?
first
Memphis.
round,
Eighth seed.
ano,
They were a
8 seed.
play in.
They were though.
They beat the
Yeah, yeah.
Dubs.
Yeah, but you know,
Right.
you can't really, you know, you can't really give a take on one, you know, first round playoff run, diba?
Right, right, right.
It has. So ako, I'm holding my praises muna until I see him. Kasi now he's built up that may build up net going to this playoffs. Ano, they're third seed now, second seed.
Uh-huh.
He should do well. They should do well. So let's see. Diba? Are they gonna be the next big thing in the West, or are they gonna be the next Utah in the West? Diba? So let's see.
What's them being Utah to you?
Well, just
second round
regular.
second round is bad?
No, mainstay sa playoffs,
Has to be
but
Western Conference Finals,
no,
or is getting into the second round not so bad?
I'm not gonna count
No, it's
rounds.
not.
It's
It's a
let me
playoff
just say
team.
na their their mainstay playoff teams that don't really factor much.
Yeah, Portland Trailblazers
Ay,
for the longest time
Yep.
that's what
Kumbaga, they're
that's what
just
they
there.
were.
They don't compete. They're just kumbaga for the
okay. All
participation
right.
lang.
Yeah. Long term, you're talking long term.
No, I'm saying I won't. I'm holding my judgment until I see him first in, you know,
Mm-mm.
what he looks like in the playoffs, and if he can
Right.
actually carry a team in the playoffs, because that's another story.
Right.
Uh, okay, do we go now before we go to we're hitting an hour, and
No, ikaw. Wala kang sasabihin dito. Parang nahiya ka pa.
no, I was waiting for you to. I was
No,
waiting
I'm
for you to
done. I'm
finish.
done. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
Ano ba yan? Iniintay namin sasabihin mo eh.
Yeah, John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies, for me, are the epitome of what is called recency bias. It's like they're doing well right now. They're doing well right now, and all of a sudden, everyone is on this Memphis Grizzly hype train. All of a sudden, Desmond Bane's great. Dylan Brooks is still injured, but this Steven Adams is
Yeah.
great for this team. All this Ja is MVP. Ja, but remember, I did tell you that a lot we're talking about the Ja MVP vote this year. Remember, Mike, early in the season,
Yeah, yeah.
there was a lot of media on it, and it's almost like the media was waiting for because Ja's exciting. He's an exciting player,
Mm.
and they were
Yes.
waiting to be able to run this machine. And of course, for me, a lot are riding the wagon when it comes to Memphis right now. But the reality is that Ja is what he is. He's an exciting player who's got a lot of smug and a lot of ego and all that. But
Mm.
in that case, also, I don't see why we don't give the same props to Minnesota, who has a lot of young stars also, and just as an ego type player like Ja. It's just that the record of Minnesota has a better record now. Also, we don't feel the hype coming out from the Timberwolves and the Minnesota as the hype of this Memphis because Ja has been very, very marketable as a smug
Yep.
highlight player who's picking fights almost every other game.
Mm.
That said, also on a personal note, on a personal note, I really think that um, Ja is setting himself up for the same type of career arc you said, Allen Iverson, and who I compare him to, Russell Westbrook. If he doesn't watch, if he doesn't tame down his Tasmanian devil wiliness and all that, I don't think that's going to take him yet to a championship, and he might crash and burn sometime before he gets to that level until he learns how to slow down
Okay, ako,
and pay his dues. Just like, well, he's become my enemy now at this young state, just like how it was with Chris Paul, who was just as
That
smart.
says a lot,
And
though. That says a lot because if you make enemies of some of the players compared to the ones you've chosen from before, these are awesome players.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm not saying just bad, but I see that flaw wherein with Chris Paul and with Westbrook that they fall really, really short sometimes. You know what I
I
mean? It's
don't
not
see
like
the comparison though between Westbrook and Paul. What's the
really
comparison there? No,
the
what's the
comparison,
comparison there?
dude.
The
He's
other one can
hyper,
shoot, the other one can't. Eh.
dude.
The other
Westbrook
one's
naman.
kankarot, the other one's
Dude,
not.
you're only see that's recency bias. Westbrook naman used to shoot when he was younger. Not lang as good as Ja, but they're both hyper athletic,
Not also as
above the
yeah,
rim
exactly.
players.
Not as good as Ja. So I can't see the comparison, save for
Dude,
the
you mean
tapang.
to tell me a couple of percentages lang off and
Not of
they're
the
not
other.
they're not the same na?
The same with especially with CP3 or SP3 as we
No,
would love
I'm
to
not
call it.
comparing him to
I
CP3's
can't see
game.
the comparison, man.
Not CP3's game. I compared him to Westbrook, not CP3.
Yeah, nga, I can't see that comparison either. It's
I don't know, pare. The
weird.
guys,
The
the
other
guy,
guy can't jump for shit. The other guy's
what?
it's a
Westbrook could not jump?
tornado.
Dude, I think you forgot Westbrook during the
SP3,
OKC.
SP3,
No,
and
I'm
we're
comparing
talking
Ja
about
and Westbrook.
SP3 and Westbrook also. You
No,
compared them also, eh. You're comparing them to him.
that I hate them.
Doesn't that make them...
No, no, he
So
wasn't
hate lang
compared the
yung...
game.
No, I'm not
Yes,
Okay, so
comparing.
hate
yes.
lang yung... Hate lang
Yeah.
yung
What
factor.
I'm comparing Ja Morant to is the game of Westbrook, not the game of not CP3. Ibang game sila.
Okay.
But I've
Okay,
always
okay.
compared Ja to Westbrook, that he will crash and burn like Westbrook, and even to some point like Allen Iverson, not
Guy
CP3.
can shoot though. Compared to Westbrook, ang layo
Because
yata.
no, because the times now everybody can shoot. Name me a player now who cannot shoot who's within his age range. Wala.
This
They all
guy's age
shoot.
range or Russell?
Yeah.
No, ako here's
No.
here's the danger with Ja for me. You remember what I said about Tatum na he was kind of overhyped during his, first few years and then he failed to live up to the hype.
Mhm.
I see a parallel between, Tatum's track and Ja's track. Pero with Ja's track, it's not just the media hyping him, it's himself hyping. It's him hyping himself. And there's a danger. Medyo ano to eh, there's a risk reward to what he's doing kasi if he does live up to the hype, then pusha, they'll catapult him to superstardom sooner than later. But then if he doesn't, he can set himself up for the same Tatum disappointment also in the coming years if he, falls short and he fizzles out in the playoffs in the next few years, 'di ba? So may ano din diyan eh. That's how I see it. So ako I'm gonna wait and see for Ja. I'm not, like I said, I'm gonna hold my praises first until I see.
But I've always said that this is the team. Memphis. I'm gonna say this. Memphis is the team that know that I only want I only want the Lakers to face. Because if there's gonna be
Parang
one
si
team that
Bakla Lakers, gano'n.
no, if there's gonna be one player who if there's gonna be
Sinala,
one,
sinala kayo.
all other squads,
Gusto kami yung masibak agad eh.
because I believe in LeBron. I believe that LeBron.
Yun
Pagurin
lang,
nyo daw.
yun lang.
Pagurin nyo
Yun
daw
lang,
muna.
yun lang.
Next na tayo. We're running late.
Ito lang yung tanong ko.
Oh, go.
Okay ka lang makatapat mo yung Memphis o kaya ka...
Lakers
Hindi
ka
mo
daw,
baka makatapat
Lakers.
ng Dubs yun.
Lakers nga daw. Kaya nga, read between the lines.
Dubs na ka Memphis.
Jay,
First round? First
read,
round?
Jay, read between the lines.
Second round.
Second round. Sa second
People
round, no
Yeah.
choice.
Two
Eh.
and
But
three,
I'd rather,
two and
but
three.
I would rather the Dubs face Phoenix.
Nako naman, Jay. Read between the lines na. Ano ka ba?
Diba?
Ayaw na.
Nang-aalas ka lang ako.
Read between the lines. Yun na yun. Let's go. Oop.
Yeah, go.
Oh, next. Oy, ba't bumalik?
Ay,
Yun.
shit. I thought we were on the last already.
No, may isa pa. Natin ayaw mo nasama to.
Julio, ikaw naman mauna dito.
Ay, this is the one, Jay, who you bombed on for 2 years.
Ha? What?
You bombed on this guy and his hairstyle for 2 years.
I still fucking hate his hair.
Yeah, diba? Okay. Trey Young. Okay, I'll be fast with Trey
I
Young
was
because
ragging on him. I was
You
ragging
were.
on him.
Super.
Quite a lot. Yeah, quite a lot.
Trey Young, my only gripe about Trey Young was when they brought out all that Steph hype. But Trey Young's a really good player. Will he be the face to a certain level of the next NBA? I really think he's going to be really, really good. I think he will. I don't think he will have the same success maybe as people like LaMelo and maybe even Ja as the big
Oh,
enemy.
wow. You hold LaMelo higher than Trey. Ah?
Dude, LaMelo's going to control the team later on.
LaMelo's balls.
Yeah, LaMelo's balls.
Well, he
Trey
already
Young-
is naman eh. He already
Yeah.
is naman. You could see it naman.
Trey Young, I think, will be like exactly, di ba he's in the Atlanta Hawks?
Mm.
That's exactly where I see Trey Young and being in the Hawks will be like. Remember Dominique and that squad where they were always kinda but not really always because of the
Yeah, I get it. I
Celtics.
get it. I get it.
That's
Yeah.
that's where I see
Yeah.
Trey Young. Actually, and even Tatum. That's where I see them both in the East in the
Yeah.
next few years. I don't see them taking this big leap over all these other squads because I think
Right.
there. So and I think it'll come up to like Trey Young moving to another team, maybe for
For
him to
him to
have that
win something.
success, maybe. So
Right.
not
Right.
not
I
yet.
get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Jay, ikaw naman.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on maybe what his
Seinfeld.
ceiling might be. Cosmo Kramer, di ba? Mismo, man. Ganda ng reference ni Manoli.
Cosmo Kramer.
Seinfeld talaga pwede. Dude, ang weird lang talaga ng buhok.
Diba?
But the
Oh,
guy
you,
has game.
but you agree with
The
me, Jay?
guy
This
has
is the guy I was
game.
talking
Yeah.
about. This is
Yes. I ragged on him quite a lot. But he has game. And we were all fans naman last year of Atlanta and where they were.
Oy, not
yeah,
me.
Yun lang, no? Parang we can't
Not
see that. There's no way we're seeing that happening again this
Yeah.
year.
I'm
Not
disappointed
with the
this
way
year. To
they're
be honest,
playing.
I'm disappointed.
Super, no? I
I'm
thought they'd take a step forward, not to get there right away also, but at least to be considered as a team that should be making it, could be making it, to nowhere near that. To
I agree.
nowhere near that. So I don't know. You're right. Maybe he ends up like having a Dominique type, which isn't so bad. I mean, Dominique
yeah.
is like the biggest legend in Hawks history. If he gets there, that's not so bad. That's a Hall of Fame career. Pero yeah, no. Yeah, no. I don't see it happening here also.
Okay.
Might be.
That's millennial ball for you, man. The Atlanta Hawks. That's millennial ball. It's
Not
the
LaMelo.
not
not
Lamelo,
Lamelo.
ha?
It's the very short attention span of these new players now. That said, I think Trey Young has the tools to be a great player in the league. I think it will all
Yeah.
depend on
Yeah.
how he matures. If he matures, I think the
Yes.
greatness will
I
come
think that's the
with his
question there.
maturity. Yeah.
If he
If and when
matures.
and how he matures,
Right.
diba? That's
Right.
that will be the determining factor for me. In the end of
Mhm.
his career, we'll be talking about him as one of the greats. So let's see. Again, it's hard to gauge these young players now because again, like I said, millennial ball, dude. You don't know what they're thinking and how they, their whole mindset, is about their careers and in you know life in general. So let's see.
Yeah.
Next, we're at 112 na.
Yeah.
Okay na, okay na kayo.
It's our 50th and we didn't have one the last time. So this is like
Yeah,
pwede tayo
man.
mag-
Okay, sige, sige.
Bumabawi lang. Bumabawi lang.
Meron pa? Or we're saving
Oh,
the ano
last,
for
last.
the
No, but I'm glad you remember, Jay, because this is the guy talaga every single Trey. Book
Yeah,
nito.
dude.
Book nito.
Diba?
I didn't naman say that I did say that you hated this game, but you were really on this guy.
No,
pal.
yeah.
You didn't let this guy
But-
go with his hairstyle, pa.
Magpinsan yan sila ni Bolbo.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, next.
Yon!
You know,
Yun.
cállate, coño, cállate.
Kevin Costner, according to my dad.
Cállate, coño, cállate.
Really?
Dude, it's my dad. I don't know, man. He just said, "Oy,
Okay.
who are the Dubs playing? Parang kamukha ni Kevin Costner." I'm like, okay.
Kevin Costner talaga, Yellowstone.
Ako, can I go first?
Go first. Go
Go.
first.
I'm gonna call it na. He's gonna be the next face of the league, man.
Okay.
He is going to be the next face of the league. I mean, look at that face, dude. Parang Captain Lionheart,
Thank you.
'di ba? Parang Captain Lionheart eh, 'di ba? kung pa hindi ikaw Jay, si Luka. Si
No,
Luka.
I was looking at
Si
Jay.
Luka pare, hindi
I was,
ikaw, hindi
hey,
ikaw.
continue. I'm looking at you.
Hindi, so ako yan. Wala, 'di ba? I mean, let's face it, dude. Let's look at the 9 other players. Sino pinaka-pogi? Si Luka, 'di ba?
I don't know, man. Beauty is in the eye
Definitely
of the
not Trey.
beholder.
Ha? Definitely not trade.
not Trey.
Di ba? Who won that trade? Who won that trade, Jay? Who won that trade?
Oh, naman! Ano?
Who won that trade? Dallas or Atlanta, di
Bukas pa
ba?
lang
Pucha
eh.
ko. Okay. Yun lang. Ako- Hands down, man. Next phase to the league.
Um, you send it off, Jay.
Mag-ingat ka kay
Ako muna.
Delonte West. Yun lang masasabi ko.
No, me muna. Sige, then si Jay si Jay yung final hit. Pero me, Luka, ay nako. Um, ever since I watched the Euro finals with him playing with Goran when they beat ano yan? They beat Porzingis in Latvia. I was sold with this guy's game. I called it how stupid they were for overthinking when they drafted him and he became rookie of the year. You see it now. Jason Kidd is
Right.
making the Dallas team into Team Slovenia, and Luka is controlling the whole ball game. Luka will never end up going to a team and not controlling the game. He will end up fighting with his teammates to control the game. So I don't ever see Luka even, I mean, also like Ja. I mean, I don't ever see Luka ending up even going to another team and becoming like a Robin. He will go to another team and still become the Batman. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
Right.
his game is that controlled.
Yes.
When he beat the Dubs, the guy takes step back threes and then he does back down fadeaways, dude. It's like almost old school.
So
And he
parang,
does
so
it. He
parang
does it at like 4 miles an hour, and I don't know if he's slow
Right.
or he's just shit.
It's-
It's
it's-
crazy, man.
it's like you're saying he's the Euro LeBron.
He's Eurobron. That's what they called him. diba?
You brought.
Eurobron. But yeah, he's in the LeBron mold. He's definitely the LeBron mold. Big point guard. He's smart. He knows how to plant his feet, even though he's getting a tapilok a lot. He actually has it's very deceptively shifty. And yeah, I agree with you. This guy is gonna be the next. He already is, and still will be the next big thing in this league.
We have different reasons though why we think he
Yeah,
will be.
yeah. Sergey. Now the face of the bench. Next.
Okay.
No, man. I mean, how can I argue with any of you?
Yeah, we
With
weren't
both
there.
your points. I mean, come the fuck on, man. This guy can play.
Pogi and Magaling. Both are
Yeah, earlier in the season, I was ranting about his turnovers. I was ranting about only because I expect the best from this mofo. The guy can
This
flat
mofo.
out play. I just want him to be even better. I want to see that, diba? Because he's already becoming the next face of the league, man. But I mean, easily, he controls the game. He can score. He's clutch. He can pass.
It's crazy, man.
But it's crazy. It's like a mixture of Ginobili and LeBron
Oh yeah.
kind of
Yep,
thing
that-
because he's also herky jerky. He also, his forays to the basket are kind of weird also sometimes. But that step back motherfucker is money.
No, and
either from Trey or from mid range, man. And then
his vision, his court
yeah,
vision.
no, the
something
vision I
else.
think is what separates him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. The vision I think is what separates him and makes him already that much ahead of the rest of the pack.
and a lot is being said about how out of shape he is. Na medyo he came in
He
he
looks
came
fat in that
in
picture.
yeah he came in with more weight
Right.
than he did last year, but
Right.
dude, the way he's playing, it tells me that he's in control. He's in control of his career. He's in control of his game. Na whatever weight you're seeing, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah. But he lost it now a little. He lost a little already from the
Yeah, yeah.
He
start to
has.
the
No, no,
season.
This is
no, no.
yeah.
But
This
but
isn't
you know, it's a guy
first.
under
He has.
control.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
a Zion or some other player where
Right. Right.
you
Right.
can, or they
Even
lose control of
yeah.
this
Even
the
Bene.
fitness and all that.
Even Simmons. I was expecting Simmons to start playing already for the Nets by this time. Na pa rin eh. Ano yun?
No, but
Nasa
kasi
condition
si
during
Simmons no has no he
nag-parang
had
Zion.
back problems diba early on.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Nagkaroon
you
siya
guys
na
Simmons,
noticed
and he
the
hasn't
back
played so
back
long.
of his
That
brain.
should have been
Pa-
addressed already, di ba?
back of his brain.
he
Uy,
had back
Yeah.
of his brain problems, dude.
hello, Doc Papi.
Oy,
Good
good
evening,
evening,
Doc.
Doc. Good evening. Tamang-tama, popping papi, oh. Picture ni
Yan, face
Ano,
of the
Yan, no?
bench.
Papi Love, ganun ba yun? Is that what you're talking about?
Luca.
No, but okay. I
Luke
don't know.
can do.
I don't. Okay, before we end it, so I guess Lucas does stop. But a bit, I don't know if you guys noticed that this guy even controls now the way he runs on the court. If you
Yep.
notice the way he
It's
steps,
very calculated, dude.
he doesn't have.
Super. Yeah,
He only bursts when he needs to burst.
Yep.
right.
Super
He
and
has
It's crazy,
he
man.
has this Jolas effect, dude.
Yeah, diba?
Huh? Huh?
Yep,
Remember
yep,
how
yep.
Jolas played when he shifted to pros?
Yep.
Because he wasn't like that amateur, man. The guy would dunk over anyone.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Diba?
But he has this, and then it took it to he took it pa nga even to a step
Calculated, yeah.
wilder in the All-Star where he was almost like tiptoeing running. He
That
never
was
left
wild.
the ground. Don't
That
you
was
notice?
wild. Yeah,
Diba?
man.
And
All-Star
that's-
game and the guy was still making ingat. Todo, di ba?
Pare.
and then, pero that's so MJ. You remember what MJ used to say na why do MJ was all about conserving energy in the game. No unnecessary movement, no
Yeah.
unnecessary, all of these things. It's about efficiency and how you utilize your
Right.
body,
But MJ
diba? So,
played in the All-Star game
Uh-huh.
naman. He dunked and all that. This
yeah, he
Luka
did.
talaga.
Ito, yeah.
Ito. Remember last year pa nga in the skills competition, the guy looked like he was sliding his feet in the skills competition. He didn't even leave the ground, but he was just sliding while doing it. Nakasaks. Parang
Ako
ganun.
to be honest, you know how I see. Remember how he said early on in his career na he found it easier to score in the NBA than in Europe.
I
Kasi
think yes,
he mentioned that several times during
Said that
his
nga. Yeah.
and marami na yabangan sa kanya, syempre the Americans kind of took
Yeah,
offense to
yeah.
it, diba? But he was saying kasi that Europe has a more physical game, which we all know, diba? That's why I think that's where he was coming from. But then you know what I think? All of this the parang he kind of plays around during the All-Star game. I think this is all very trivial to him. Na parang, this,
Well, yeah. The
that I
guys
think that's how he sees it. Na parang these are all ano na.
get
You know what? I
it.
don't need to do this because I'm here for one purpose and one purpose only, diba? So baka
Well,
yun yung ano na.
While Ja Morant is getting all the hype now, and Zion is overhyping himself, and people like Wiggins are just happy to be an All-Star. This guy's been professional at 13. He's gotten all the accolades already
Yes.
in Europe.
Yes,
You know,
wala na siya. He's beyond these mga small
what he
small
wants now
ano,
is
yep.
money,
Yep.
and just
Money, championship,
Success.
hopefully.
Yeah, and success.
ganun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diba?
whole different monster, man. And I don't,
Yep.
I still
Galing ni
cannot believe-
Cuban. Galing ni Cuban. Panalo
Galing.
si Cuban.
Cuban
sa
really
Twitter.
went for him. That's the one
Yep.
thing that's the one thing.
Right.
Parang
Right.
nag-Shark Tank si Cuban dito eh. When
Yep, man. And he
He's
sold
always done.
and wala, 'di ba? He sent away his longtime coach over
That's
yeah.
ano ha?
the
The Mavs aren't gonna be an easy out first round.
No, they
That's
won't.
not gonna be an easy out.
Yeah.
not with Luca, but
Yeah. Huh?
no, yeah, I agree.
tell
That was
that to the
fun, man.
Clips, dude.
It's a good team also. Eh. I mean,
You can ask the Clips. The
Ay,
Clips
ay,
will
ay.
ano. They will ano.
I hope the Dubs meet the Clippers though in the playoffs. Yun na lang. So, guys, thank you to everyone who watched. I mean, we extended, but we've been, we weren't here last episode, and
right.
it's our
right.
50th. So,
And we had
Let's get-
fun.
we had fun. Thanks to Manoli, Doc Papi, Andre,
Yes.
everyone else who
Thanks-
passed by
thanks
and
all.
commented.
Thanks,
and
y'all.
and people who saw me like Lamelo's balls and
Golden.
golden balls. And please again, do share us with anyone you know who likes basketball and wants to watch a bunch of regular dudes with a bunch of regular sayings. Jay,
The face of the bench.
Hey
the face
man,
of the face of the bench, take us home.
no, hey man, like always, you've always heard it first here at the bench.
The bench.
You know, if we did this episode the last time, we would have been the first talaga. 'Cause we were before
We would have.
ESPN. We were
Yes.
before ESPN, dude.
We were before ESPN. The idea came before ESPN.
Cheers, man. Take care.
Cheers.